Hundreds of students crossed the steel bridge after getting up and walking out of class to demand action to combat climate change. Thank you for joining us. I'm Laurel Porter.
And I'm Kathy Marshall. Today's walkout was not sanctioned by schools, but rather was part of a worldwide mobilization dubbed Climate Strike. Videos of similar walkouts on social media show just how many people got involved, not just in the U.S. There was an event in Paris, another in London, and in Spain, all around the world.
KGW's Maggie Vespa joins us now. And Maggie, one teenager in Sweden got this whole thing started.
Isn't that crazy to think about? Her name is Greta Thunberg. She's 16 years old, and for months now she's been cutting class every single Friday to go to Parliament in Sweden and protest inaction on climate change. Well, now, as of yesterday, she's up for a Nobel Peace Prize, and kids around the world heeded her call to go on climate strike.
A mass exodus in Portland.
No destruction of our land! No
destruction of our land! And across the Pacific Northwest.
Whose planet? Our planet! Whose planet?
Our planet! All of it part of a movement around the world.
We want change! We want change! We want change!
More than 1 million kids cutting class. They're demanding adults do more to combat what this generation deems its biggest threat. Climate change.
Almost every one of us has walked out, and I see so many people from different schools here, which is just awesome.
Here in Portland, hundreds of students marched to City Hall.
The youth wants to change, and we need to be respected, and we're standing here and talking to our politicians.
After hours there, they crossed the steel bridge and walked to Portland Public Schools district headquarters. There, they demanded the district implement a curriculum to teach kids about the issue with up-to-date information.
And they said that it would affect it because they don't want to scare us because they think it's too scary.
The district telling KGW they're working on building that curriculum, calling climate change a critically important issue. Kids here want them to move faster. They say their lives depend on it.
We took textbooks from the 80s and we looked through them and we basically said, were these predictions right or not? And all of them were right. Like, that's all we know about climate change, is that the world sucks. We're not being taught about how we can change it.
So it is worth noting that Portland Public Schools said they're proud of their students, but they did not sanction this march, this mass exodus. All of those kids who left class today will be marked absent.
Maggie, I know one of our crews caught up with Oregon's governor today to get her reaction about this.
Yeah, definitely. You know, she kind of danced that line as well. She spoke on the issue of kids leaving class and on the issue of climate change itself. So take a listen.
Well, I certainly want our kids to be in class, but I think it's so important that they are participating in a movement to encourage adults, policymakers to tackle global climate change. We're not going to be remembered about the fact of global climate change. We're going to remember by what we do to tackle it.
Yeah, so not exactly endorsing leaving class, but she did go on to applaud those kids' efforts today.
Well, the students definitely made a statement all
around the world. They absolutely did.